Tashidele, good morning to everyone. So, firstly, I have decided not to do on live because due to internet, even when I was trying to look at myself, it was not loading properly. I can see still blurs and so on. So what I decided is to make a video and then upload it, so it might have gives a more clear picture and better sound. So today, what I'm going to talk about is which we discussed yesterday, to taking care of a few things. An example of which I mentioned yesterday, that your manager is not your future, so on, so on, that we discussed. So, why is it important that you have to take care of yourself? Why is it important that you have to have a patience? Why is it important that you have to have a minimum expectations, but more in delivery? I'll give you an example. So yesterday I gave example of a traffic police in general. Now today I'm going to give you the example of agriculture of side, little bit of. I'm going to give you an example first, then after we will apply to the real professional career. So let's say I have a yard at back of my house, and then I decided to plant a fruits, or I decided to put some potatoes, I decided to put some vegetables. So, or even I decided to put anything. So once I prepare the land, then I plant it. So it needs some waters, it needs some suns, it needs to be protected from the heavy wind, heavy rains, right? So let's say that seasons become very bad, means you have a daily raining, heavy rains. What are you going to do? You just watch the area get blown off, destroyed by these winds, or you're going to do something about it. Or if it is too dry, this year season was very bad. We had a very minimum sun, so it was really maximum so much of sun that is drying up. What you gonna do? You wanna wait, expect that miracle will happen and rain one day at some point, or would you add manually by yourself, filling out the buckets and adding water? So it's your choice. It's absolutely your choice. You can sit on your bench on the back of the house, start drinking coffee if you wish, if you like, and looking at the sky and say when it will rain because it's too dry, or when it's going to stop this heavy rain and wind, so that because it's destroying the whatever you have planted over there, or you're going to do something. That is exactly what happens in the career. You got a job, you start working on. Now what you going to do? Are you going to wait when my manager or when my director, when my supervisor will do something to me, give me an opportunity, give me sign my promotion, give me sign my increment, or give me a transfer to better locations? Or you work, as I mentioned to you, work very hard, and then you do something else, and you look for it, you do research, and then you go for it. Then you demand, you deliver the result, then you demand from the manager, then you expect. And at the same time, you have to take care of this process during this your whole career. You have to take care, meaning you plan something, you have to take care. You have to make sure that no people walks on the top of that, nobody drives on the top of that area, nobody dance on it, nobody throw the garbages and trash on the top of it. You need to make sure they're maintained. You need to cover, if you need to cover the tent to block the too much of sun heat, or the continuous rain, you have to add water. You have to do a lot of things. Therefore, when you do all of these things and when the fruit grows, it's very delicious. As I mentioned to you on yesterday, if you have watermelon during winter, you will not enjoy. It's still sweet, but you will not have the pleasure of having that on summer compared to the winter. Because it's not just because of the summer, because of all the work that you have put it into that to have it very sweet red watermelon. And when the season comes, everything matches, everything is on time. Then you will have the very nice, sweet, enjoyable, refreshing watermelon. At the same time, which when I say matching, at the same time has to match, everything has its own time to get you there. But again, it doesn't mean, okay, maybe I am sure something is written in my life at some point, I will have this, and then you just sit and relax. No, you have to go for it. You have to fight, because you have to reach on that label. You have to reach that destination, and then you can take it. Things will not come for you. But you can't run behind. You cannot chase. Don't chase. Don't start running behind your careers and futures and dreams. You cannot. You will end up tired at some point, because you're going to start running, running, because the opportunity Might not be easy, given going further. There are a lot of obstacle comes and then you keep on chasing. What you do instead, fight for it. Do what you have to do, fight for it. The opportunity will come. Knock your door, knock your office, knock your email. That's what happens. You do not run behind. There are so many opportunities. There are some people who want to be a pilot. There are some people who want to be a doctor. There are some people who want to be engineering. And do you think they are really happy at some point? Trust me, they have a lot of difficulties out there. Low income people that when they work $1, or let's say a $400 a month, $700 a month, $1,000 a month earning person, when they look at it, to someone who's earning $20,000 a month, they think, wow. You look at the money, how much stress, how much responsibility that person or he or she has on the shoulder, you cannot imagine. So there are also challenges when you receive your dream. So therefore what you do is you make sure, first of all, love your job. Make sure you have a which you call passion. In the hotel industry we call it passion. You must have a passion on what you do. If you don't love your job, if you don't love what you do, that means you are letting your body to act on something that you don't want it. Focus, you're forcing your brain to focus on some project that your brain doesn't want it. Your heart to fall in love on something that you don't want it. And obviously you will be spending every moment difficult, tired, stressed, not happy. But when you love what you do, every small job can be very, very helpful. You will enjoy every moment. So when I say every small moment, so we're going to talk about this in my another clip when I say what means a smaller thing has a higher impact. Every key. What is the meaning of key to success? I have another example which I will share with you in another video. So going on back to the main topic, make sure when you start your career, or even within your career right now, you might be spending 10 years, 15 years in your career. Do not just expect from the manager, do not just expect from the company. You see what happens in the crisis situations? They do redundant, they cut the staff, so on and so on. That you don't want it, right? You did not expect that. You don't wanted that. But you got it. So what you need to do is do what you can do. Look for it. Okay, I want to have a promotion in next 3 years. What it requires to get that position, what that position needs, what the title holder must have to have, you fight for it. Once you achieve that, once you deliver the result, once you know how to handle, when you reach there, then you knock the door of manager and say, you know what, I am ready for this position and I want you to give me a chance. You can demand. When you just do yourself and expect so much, and someone gives you by some reason that you work with a company for last, so been loyal to your company, working with the company for the last 10 years, so I give you this opportunity. Trust me, you will have the opportunity, but you will not be that confident because you might not know the job, that how you do that properly. There are people under you who are more qualified than you. You will be very uncomfortable situations. You might be look very uncomfortable. You might be look idiot at some point because that person is more smarter. And I give an example. If I have a waiter and I have a supervisor, the supervisor had just become a supervisor because he worked with the company for 20 years, but doesn't have much experience, doesn't know the guest relations, don't know how to talk with the guests. And the waiter who just joined in 6 months has a good skills or experience of talkings and he knows how to handle things. He can rip you apart in front of the guests. And how would you feel that? Maybe a waiter who works for the company for 2 years, he will look for that guy to solve the guest problems than the supervisor who gonna create more worse, who will create even more worse scenario there. And nobody wants to take that risk. So make sure you know what you do. Make sure you know what the job title that you hold requires minimum, and then on top that you do. What is the minimum is? Now if I give a religion example, that is maybe disrespectful for some individuals and not everyone is following religion. So if you go to an army, there are minimum things that you have to do and you have to pass to be a soldier. If you don't, you are not qualified to be a soldier. They will not give you entry or pass. You will not give you a chance to be in the army. There are minimum things that you have to do, and on the top, if you can do more, you are a hero. Same as a position of whatever position that you hold, there are minimum requirement on the job. Oh yes, a good example, brand standard. Chain hotel has a brand standard. The brand standard is the minimum that you follow. You cannot go below that. That is what a company promises to the customer that they will deliver. They will not share all of this, but they will give you an overall information. So that is a minimum that you need to maintain. And on top of whatever you can do above, you are the key of the team. You are the star of the team, right? So therefore, please don't just simply expect, and don't do expect, which is human nature, because since small that you've been expecting because of the human nature, the way we've grown up from the child, that happens. But now you know. So work hard, make sure that you really focus on what you do, love what you do, plan yourself what you wish in next 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and fight for it. Don't just wait, expect when the rain will come, so because my land is too dry, as I mentioned to you. All right, so till that, and then maybe tomorrow or the day after, I'm going to share with you the little detail has why so much big impact. What is the meaning of key to success? What is the key? What that key does it? I give you an example on that. All right, till that, stay safe, take care.